Hello, good evening. And in this pandemic COVID, as we are facing a lot of troubles, but our continuing medical education should continue. And today evening, I'll be discussing one very important topic called pulmonary artery hypertension. And we should know, as a primary physician or primary intensivist or any internist, they should know that pulmonary artery hypertension occurs when the pressure in the blood vessels that carry the blood from your heart to your lungs is higher than normal. Mostly, this pulmonary artery hypertension is two types. It is secondary or it is primary. Primary means it is the pathology lies in the pulmonary artery itself, and secondary are because of the other causes. Pulmonary hypertension can also happen to other diseases condition. In the United States, the most common cause of pulmonary artery hypertension is left heart disease. Other conditions that can cause pulmonary artery hypertension are sickle cell disease, like pulmonary embolism and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Now, pulmonary artery hypertension, as I told, that causes may be genetic or the medical conditions like COPD. Okay, so what happens? The blood flow through the heart and lungs, it increases. So right side of the heart receives oxygen poor blood from our body tissues. The pulmonary artery is connected to the right heart and lungs. The heart pumps the blood through the pulmonary arteries. So when the pressure gradient is more, so the walls of the pulmonary artery will get more pressure and it will be called pulmonary artery hypertension. Okay, there are many genetic causes, and other causes are like blood clots, like venous pulmonary thromboembolism can cause pulmonary artery hypertension. Exposure to high altitude, like those who go to high altitude, they also get this. Chronic kidney disease patients can get. Congenital heart disease patient, those who have got pulmonary atresia or congenital narrowing of the pulmonary artery, they can get it. And many of the patients who have got connective tissue disorders, HIV patients they have, and patients those who have got schistosomiasis, they also get this. And there are many other diseases like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, metabolic disorders, sarcoidosis, sickle cell disease, lung tumors, cancers of the lung, they also get it. So now mainly what are the symptoms and signs we will discuss. Okay, the signs and symptoms of pulmonary hypertension, it is very difficult to recognize instantly because they are similar to those of other conditions like myocardial infarction or acute asthma. Okay, so main symptom is shortness of breath, and there will be tachycardia, chest pain, cough, fatigue, and there will be also lightheadedness like fainting. There will be nausea. A lot of patients come with wheezing. So how to diagnose pulmonary hypertension? Now diagnosis main is we have to take a history, very careful history, and physical exam. Okay, in the physical examination we see the cardiovascular sound where P2 is typically loud and sometimes with a systolic murmur in the pulmonary area while auscultating the heart. Also chest X-rays, ECGs are also diagnostic sometimes. The best diagnosis is of course the CT scan of HRCT of the chest to know if there is an embolism, or we can go for a echo to diagnose the pulmonary artery pressure. Now coming to treatment, the first, if we know the cause, then we reverse the cause. Otherwise, when other causes are ruled out for primary pulmonary artery hypertension, the drugs which mostly we use are anticoagulants or blood thinners. We use digitalis when we know the heart ejection fraction is poor and we have to increase, and then we use digitalis for a weak heart, and also use a lot of vasodilator therapy, calcium channel blockers mainly for pulmonary hypertension, and also we use drugs like sildenafil, okay, and other drugs to control the pulmonary hypertension. So basic this thing lesson we should remember while managing pulmonary hypertension is what are the target organ damage has been done in the patient, and how to live with pulmonary hypertension with the drugs and lifestyle changes. Thank you very much.